Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. I came in with big feelings, but they've really just smacked me right in the face to have even bigger feelings about something different. I'm having control issues. I'm having big feelings about control. I'm having feelings about not having control. And I think that is common for many women. It creates a lot of anxiety in us. And I think it's born out of a beautiful thing, which is we keep a lot of plates spinning in the air. I mean, if our goal is to do one of those shows on the side of the road where somebody spins a bunch of plates on sticks, we keep those plates spinning. And I'll tell you, a lot of people in our lives don't even really know those plates are spinning, which kind of stick they're on, where they are in the world, why they need to be spun. Don't even know why they need to be spun, honestly. And if it were up to those people, I mean, the plate wouldn't be spinning for sure. It wouldn't be at the right rate. It'd probably be on a dirty stick, and then maybe it would just crash to the ground and not be replaced. I don't know. This was a very odd analogy for me to get into because I don't know that I've ever seen in real life someone spinning a plate. That does seem like a thing that you would see like a street performer doing. I grew up in a place where there wasn't street performers anywhere. The first place I ever saw them, wait, let me think just a second. Let me use my brain. Let me use my brain memory. I think the very first place I ever saw street performers was on the beach in Venice, California. That is a very shocking way for someone who has lived a very sheltered life to run into street performers. I don't know if you know anything about it, but it's kind of a well-known thing. And there's, I think the kind of common one, at least when I went there in my probably late teens, maybe early 20s, very young, still very naive to the world. You know, I was in college, but I was at a Baptist college. So, you know, And I think a common thing to see there is muscle guys. Guys they have these weight benches out there set up, and they'll do this massive lifting and stuff, and they'll do, you know, when they do the poses to show off their muscles and stuff, they're going to do a lot of that. Of course, there's just a lot of people out there in their beach clothes, which is interesting to see. But there's a lot of, I don't know what the term is that is okay to say, but I would phrase it as that there's some kind of interesting thing to look at. That's the show. Maybe someone doesn't look like what we would expect. Like I have a little throwback to the bearded lady, for an example, or things of that nature. And I think when I turned the corner to Venice Beach the first time, and I saw like probably 3 people in a row that all had something interesting to show, I realized, yeah, I'm in a new spot. This is something I've never experienced before, and I don't really know where to put all this. The next time I saw them being street performers was in Europe. During that time, their whole bit was to look like a statue. And so, you know, come over, take pictures. Of course, you throw $1 or whatever at the foot of their statue thing, but they would be fully dressed up, all completely painted, a lot of times silver or bronze or something, so that they really did look like a statue, and they were being perfectly still so that if you went up, you could get your picture with them, and then they would move, which would kind of scare you or make you laugh or make you take a second look. And I have this memory of getting my picture taken, probably with this was not with a cell phone. This was with, I'm assuming, a throwaway camera. What did we call those? honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to get there. But you know what I mean? The ones you would just put at the table at a wedding and disposable camera. Thank you guys. Thank you to those who shouted it at me in your car and on your run. I thank you. My word finding is atrocious right now, and I understand that I'm saying that into a microphone and putting it on a podcast for everyone to listen to. It's not having control over your own brain is even what I'm here talking about. I'm down the rabbit trail of street performers, but that's where I'm living in the control world. So if you're part of my team and you're in your car screaming, disposable camera, disposable is the word you're thinking of, you're doing the exact right thing that I need you to be doing right now. Thank you. I vibed it. I felt it. I heard it. I got it. Disposable camera. So somebody's taking my picture with a disposable camera, and I ask this guy, hey, can you, whatever he just did for someone else's picture, like, can you smile, or can you, I don't remember what I asked for, stick your tongue out or something, I don't know. And he wouldn't do it. And so I was like, if I throw $1, will you do it? So I put my dollar down, and then he did it. I'm going to look for that picture because I don't know why that memory cracks me up, but it just does. And that was a more fun, entertaining type of street performer for me that I enjoyed. Now, I'm not sure I can find my way back, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to go back. Let's do that. Let's just agree that I don't need to find my way back. I'm going to drop back into the spot where I was. So when something is going on in your life where you feel like you don't have any control, or you have less control than you are used to or want to because there's something very uncertain happening, or there's a lack of information, or something new's happening that's never happened before and you don't really know where to place it, that's where I am. And it can be small, it can be massive. You know, it can be something that affects every single day of your life, like a long-term relationship or a job or a live where you live, which house or which county you live in, which city, which school district your kids are in. It can be big things like that. It can be a sort of medium, like it affects your day one way or the other, but it's not, it's not like changing the path of your life. And they can even be small things. I probably should come up with a couple of those examples, considering the name of this podcast is Little Things, Big Feelings. Because if I'm feeling lack of control over big things, that doesn't really fit with the theme. I don't even know if this is little. The other day, I was on fire. I was having a real fire day. For my personality, you can have a fire day or you can have a potato day. And a potato day is I'm about as functional as a potato. There's a lot of being under a blanket. There's a lot of being on the couch. There's a lot of being in bed. There's a lot of television watching. There's a lot of phone playing. There's a lot of goofball scrolling. Like, I'm not scrolling for any news. I'm not scrolling to better myself or learn anything. I'm scrolling to find the silliest, most goofball thing I can. And a fire day is my neurons are firing. I'm making connections. I'm making plans. The plans are working out. I'm on time. I'm early. I'm efficient. I'm effective. I'm getting my to-do list done. And let me talk about a side note. My last fire day, which is the day I'm talking about, I decided that instead of putting the green check mark by things that I took care of on my list, I put a gold star. So I marked it off my list. I got that satisfaction of the strike through, but I did it with a gold star because you know what? I earned that gold star. And one of the things on my list was I needed to get gas in my car. Okay, that's a very normal errand. Happens a lot. I'm horrible about waiting till the exact very last minute. And never have I ever, nor never will I ever get gas in the morning before I go to work. So I live in this tension of when am I going to go put fuel in my car? Well, this was on my to-do list, and I had so many gold stars that day. Boom, but I'm just like star after star after star. So I went to go get gas. Well, and it had been raining where I live. So when I got out of the car and stepped next to my car in order to fuel up my car, my shoes got wet. Okay, well, they're shoes, right? Nope. Big deal. So I get blah, 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 finish up, get back in the car, go to do another errand because I just earned another gold star, and let's go. What I realized when I got in the car was I wasn't standing on rain. I was standing on somebody's spilled gasoline. And the way that scent clings to everything, I can't tell you. And it's already too late that I'm in my car and I've put my feet with the gasoline on my floorboards that now I don't realize it at the time, but I can tell you now in hindsight, it's going to make my car smell like gasoline for maybe indefinitely, ? At least a week, because that's where we are, at least a week. So I'm trying to figure out what to do, Googling how do I, asking my sister, because she's really good at telling me what baking soda is good for. So I do this little process where I'm trying to clean my shoe and put baking soda, let it sit in baking soda for this certain time. Well, maybe it helped. Maybe it didn't, but I know for a fact it didn't get rid of it completely. And they're the shoes I usually wear to go to work in and I work out in. Now, I have a pair of shoes that I change into for actual work, but that's actually worse because guess where those shoes sit while I'm at work? In my locker. So my shoes, my car, my locker, my house, everything reeks of gasoline. It may as well just be lined on the inside of my nostrils because that's all I smell all the time since then. I've put time in, I've put effort in, I've put thought, I've put research, and I'm not sure that there's anything I'm going to be able to do about it. So I might be at a little fork in the road where it's like, okay, am I going to keep trying to scrub this stuff off? Am I going to make peace with it? Or am I going to buy new shoes? Because I think part of the control problem is, for me anyway, I think we spin either in tons of choices, which is actually horrible. You want choices, but it's horrible to have too many because you feel paralyzed sometimes. Or no options. Or you're still fighting about what the options are. This is where I live. I'm actually mad that my shoes smell like gasoline. And I'm fighting that. That's what I'm fighting. And who am I fighting to? The universe? It's already happened, babe. You being mad about it literally fixes nothing. It gives you no options. It helps you none. And you still stink like gasoline. You still mad? Okay, great. You want to spend another half hour talking about it? That's not going to help anything. So at least to move on to the point where I say, okay, I've got one more clean in me. I got one more scrub the shoes, put the baking soda on, set them outside, let them air out, let them do their thing. I got one more of those in me. Because I got a new kind of scrub brush that I'm pretty sure is going to change the game. It's going to fix everything. It's going to bring me back not just my good smelling shoes, but control over my entire life. And it's beautiful. It just so happens. So thank goodness that's coming. But if that clean doesn't work, that's the last time I'm going to try. And then I'm going to move forward with making my decision. Am I going to make peace with it and just know, hey, I smell like gasoline. my coworkers and my friends and every person I ever work out around, hey, I smell like gasoline? Or am I just going to say, girlie, it's time. Get on the old website and let's order you a pair of shoes. Order you a new pair of shoes. Okay, maybe that wasn't in the budget right now, but was it in your mental budget to constantly smell like gasoline? Was it in your bandwidth to be able to like constantly have to talk to everybody about why you smell like gasoline and what happened and how I thought it was rain and I wouldn't normally do that and now it's in my car and now it's on my rug and now it's in my house and I don't know what. That's a lot. And guess what? Everyone else is going to get sick of it too. And what I can't get myself to understand is that's where you actually get back the control, is to make a like radical acceptance of this is done. I stepped in this, whether we're saying metaphorically or we're saying literally, I've stepped in this. And instead of fighting about the fact that I didn't mean to do that, shouldn't have done it, have never done this before, it's not like me, I don't want to deal with this, I have other things going on right now, whatever the argument is that I'm arguing against the universe as to why this shouldn't have happened, to accept where I am, accept where accept where we are in this circumstance, and then make choices going forward based on that. Oh, but making peace is a lot. Okay. I will update on my Instagram how it goes with the shoes. I'll do one more clean tonight, and then I'll let you know which way we decided to go. And I need a gold star for every single one. Like if I say, hey, I cleaned it one more time and I got it out, it's great, I need a gold star for that. Or if I say, hey, I cleaned it one more time, it didn't go, I bought new shoes, gold star. Hey, I cleaned it one more time, didn't quite make it, don't have the budget right this second to buy the new pair of shoes, my locker's just going to smell like gas for a minute, but I've at least made peace with it. I need a huge gold star for that. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't know how to use it anyway.
James.
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.